Shine on, shines bright in the dawn. Printful, fading, lost at sea. Printify, can't keep the pace. Shine on brings the victory. Custom dreams they build so high. Golden prints and colors fly. Fastest shipping, rocket speed. Shine on leads with what you need. Shine on triumphs every day. Printful falls out of the way. Printify tries, but they can't stay. Shine on glows in bright array. Simple clicks, your artwork sells. In the market, ringing bells. Spreading joy with every piece. Shine on never will decrease. Quality like sun and noon. Bright as stars and to the moon. Competition can't compare. Shine on victory in the air. Shine on triumphs every day. Printful falls out of the way. Printify tries, but they can't stay. Shine on glows in bright array. Shine on triumphs every day. Printful falls out of the way. Printify tries, but they can't stay. Shine on glows in bright array. Shine on for selling, shine on for scaling, shine on for making dreams worth chasing. Shine on for growing, see where we're going. We bring the products and soon we're unstoppable. Oh, shine on, shine on. To the promise you keep leading us, and we turn our passion into trust. Shine on, building a world where we all rise high. Shine on for learning, shine on for earning, shine on for hustling, our future's burning. Shine on for launching, see what we're sparking, bringing the value and now we're unstoppable. Oh, shine on, shine on. To the promise you keep leading us, and we turn our passion into trust. Shine on, building a world where we all rise high. Oh, shine on, shine on. To the promise you keep leading us, and we turn our passion into trust. Shine on, building a world where we all rise high. Shine on for dreaming, are we believing? Shine on is shaping the future we're achieving. Shine on for thinking, see what we're building, pushing the limits and now we're unstoppable. Oh, shine on, shine on. To the promise you keep leading us, and we turn our passion into trust. Shine on, building a world where we all rise high. Oh, shine on, shine on. To the promise you keep leading us, and we turn our passion into trust. Shine on, building a world where we all rise high.
Shine on scams tall in the land. Printful shapes can't withstand. Printify steps back in fright. Shine on shines day and night. Shine on print, game is strong. T-shirts, shirts, it won't be long. Mugs and more, they craft so bold. Their designs break the mold. Shine on, reign supreme in the world of printed dreams. Printful, printify, taking the fall. Shine on, conquers all. Quality unmatched in the scene. Their prints always come out clean. Trust and shine on, feel the rush. Others turn to dust. Fast shipping, no delays. Shine on, blazes other ways. Reliability in every order. Shine on, sets the border. Customization, what they do. Unique designs just for you. Printful wishes could compete. Shine on, can't be beat.
In the digital light we find our way. Paju teaching us what to say. When Shine-On's magic we hit the stores. Success is closer evermore. Print on demand in every hand. Merchants thriving across the land. Paju guides us through the night. In this game we're winning the fight. Paju, Paju, learn and grow. Bright ideas start to show. Shine on sparkles, we succeed. In this world we plant the seed. Pixels dancing in the breeze. Building dreams like endless seas. Every click leads to a chance. That's Paju inside the dance. Ritual sounds and sunlight beams. Together we chase our dreams. E-commerce future bright as gold. With Paju our tales unfold. Paju, Paju, learn and grow. Bright ideas start to show. Shine on sparkles, we succeed. In this world we plant the seed.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Shine On. My name is Rodrigo, and I'm going to be your host today. I see some complaints in the comments that I'm not dancing enough, so maybe I'll take that into consideration for the next one. This song is actually quite funny. When it gets more electronic, I get more in the mood to dance. But right until the end, it has like this childish tone, so it's not as danceable in my book. So, how's everyone doing? How are your Fridays going so far? I have my coffee on hand. Today's session is meant to be, kind of an more of an organic session. Just hang out with you guys. We're gonna cover some very interesting subjects. I also have some news for you guys. So, where are you guys tuning in from? For all of those who know me, I'm tuning in from Costa Rica. So I have my Poas Volcano coffee over here. Let me know if we have some new faces today. I recognize some of our regular folks that join us on Fridays, but let me know if this is your first coffee with Shine On ever. If this is your first coffee with Shine On ever, please let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to know if we have some newbies over here. Hello, everyone. We have people from Georgia over here. That's really cool. Also, we have Tennessee on the house. Very nice. Hey, Mark. I recognize you. Mark is a true hustler. Oh, listen, we have Sarah, Connecticut over here. Sarah, this is what I wanted to know. Let me see. This is your second Coffee with Shine On. Your first was last week, so that's great to hear. We always love to have some new folks around. So are you just starting out in print on demand, Sarah, or are you a seasoned seller? Let us know. From Florida. Oh, Shine On's home state. Oh, first time here as well. That's awesome, guys. I thought it was, it's really nice to see some new faces around. I'm sure our seasoned Coffee with Shine On watchers are gonna help you learn about what we do around here. Listen, over here we have Ivan. Hey, first time. We're launching in a few days. We have main store without Shine On, so now we have lots of questions on how to use Shine On and Teen Blue. Okay, so you're looking for some personalization, probably. That's very cool. We're gonna have some examples of personalization today on the stream. That's awesome, Sarah. So listen, we're really glad to have you on board, and we'll make sure you get taken care of. It says, I've sold before, but didn't take it seriously. That's very common. Print on demand. We have people that do it full time. I actually used to do it full time, like for a lot of years, and now I mix it with marketing at Shine On. We see people that just do it for Q4. We see people that just hop on board again when Mother's Day is coming along, and you're gonna see in a bit why Mother's Day is so important. All right, so like I said, guys, feel free to interrupt me. My plan is to make this more of a casual session, just hang out with you guys, share some really valuable stuff with you. So if you have any questions, just feel free to interrupt me and we'll take care of you guys, okay? So I think we can go ahead and get started. Sarah says, yeah, Sarah, I'm glad you're in PodU. It's a very cool community. It has tons of resources, and we're gonna keep releasing stuff over there. So glad to have you on board. All right, everyone, let's get started. So the anatomy of a winning product, Mother's Day edition. So for some of you guys that have tuned in before, this is like a series I've been doing for the past few months. So how it works essentially is that we use some of our expensive ad spy tools that we have here at Shine On, and we find products that are trending on ad platforms. So like specifically on Facebook. So we find advertisements specifically that are absolutely killing it, that are connected to print on demand. They're like 90% of the ads I'm going to show you are print on demand ads. And these are people that are absolutely killing it in the space. Okay, so that's what I wanna achieve here with you guys. I want you guys to come out of this call with new ideas of what you could possibly sell. I want you guys to understand what is selling right now. So what does the market react to? So you can learn from that and apply it to your own print-on-demand stores. Okay, so that's how this usually works. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the details just a bit further down the road. But before that, I want to share some news with you guys, and also we have one swag winner this week. So for those of you who don't know, let me just expand on this a bit. This is better. For those of you who don't know, every week we pick swag winners. Okay, so essentially, if you interact with our community, whether it is commenting on PodU, whether it is you made a first sale and you shared it with other people, we're gonna send some swag your way. Okay, so this week we chose one person, and it's Flawless Touch Company. Okay, so they say they're introducing themselves in PodU. So if you have not done this, feel free to do that because you might win some swag. All right. She says, "Hey everyone, my name is Kimberly and I just launched my store. I'm focused on creating meaningful, personalized gifts that help people express love and connection, especially for special occasions like anniversaries and birthday. Right now I'm in the testing phase and working toward my first 10 sales." That's amazing. So I'm guessing she already has 1 or 2 sales under her belt. "I'm excited to learn, improve, and stay consistent with the process. Looking forward to connecting with you all, learning from your wins, and sharing my journey along the way. Let's get it." Welcome, Kimberly. Really excited to have you on board. I really hope you kill it. And if you're looking to sell personalized gifts, ShineOn is the place to be at. All right, everyone. So we do have some news for you. First of all, for those newbies on board, if you just want to get like an overall understanding of how to set up your store and just learn some very valuable information on how you could possibly get your first sale, we do have the first sale challenge going on for $5 currently. The host is Andy Vo, so most of you guys know him. He's also a seller. He's killing it with sales right now. He's doing very well, and he's the one who teaches the first sale challenge. So we are moving towards a format of pre-recorded sessions. But I'm sure you guys are going to extract a ton of value from this, and also the Level Up in 30 challenge. What we have right now is a wait list. All right. So we have a lot of Tammy's students over here because Tammy is the one that leads the charge with the Level Up in 30 challenge. So those guys are doing amazing. I've heard nothing but great things from the Level Up in 30 challenge. People are just, they have managed to create such a tight-knit community. They publish products like crazy. We have all different experiences of people in the Level Up in 30 challenge. So there's also a very exciting resource we have going on over here. All right. Also, guys, please be aware of the Mother's Day shipping deadlines. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into it in much detail right now, but just so you are aware, these are the shipping deadlines. Okay, so just take your time, just look over them and consider them when you're doing your ad campaigns, for example, just so you know when the cutoff dates are. Okay, so it doesn't always mean that you have to turn up everything, all of your ads, all of your campaigns when the cutoff dates are approaching, but you do need to be transparent with your customers. I've seen customers buy products much after cutoff deadlines because they're in the mood for buying, so it doesn't mean after the cutoff that all of your sales are going to stop. Okay, so just have this in mind for your ad campaigns. Okay, guys. Also, new pricing update. A lot of you probably received an email. We did increase the price by 50 cents per product. This was not an easy decision for us to make. We actually absorbed some of the increase that is going on the cost side of things, because we really want to take care of you guys. We understand that every single cent matters when you're trying to sell print on demand. So this was just long overdue. We had to do it. It's as small as we could possibly do for you guys. And I promise the products we have, they are still incredibly competitive pricing wise, and you're still gonna have tons of margin to sell. Okay, guys, but I'm just repeating this so you guys are aware. Also, new releases for Mother's Day. If you tuned in on our stream last week, you already saw this, but I need to make sure everyone that's selling Shine On sees these new releases because I'm really excited for this. Okay, guys. So we have our birthstone name necklace. So this is a new one. You can pair it with a message card. Okay, all of the products I'm showing right now, you can pair with a message card. So there's two elements of personalization here. And if anyone here has seen a successful print-on-demand product, chances are that it is a personalized product. Okay, so I've seen personalized products, absolutely skyrocket. So you have two elements here. You can customers can select the name and they can select the birthstone. So there's two elements of customization. So what's so cool is that this is a way for you to stand out from your competition. And if you pair it with a message card, that's a third variable you can use to stand out as a seller. So very excited about this multi-name necklace. Again, full on board with personalization. You can choose 3 different names for this. So this is such a cool product. So imagine if you have if you have 3 sisters, or if you want to include, your mother, one sister, the other sister, whatever the case is, you can really make this like a personalized product unique to the buyer. So that's going to trigger that emotion in them that we need to make those sales, guys. And rings. This one is probably the one that I'm the most excited about. Again, you can pair with a message card. Okay, so that's how you're going to differentiate yourselves from the rest of the market, because lots of people have sold engraved rings in the past. But when you pair with a message card, you can target all sorts of different niches and really find your unique angle to make some sales on this. So I've already heard good things about our rings. I know we have already some sellers that have generated sales with it. So if you have not done so, log into your Shine On account and go and publish some engraved rings for sure, guys. This is very excited about how this one turns out. All right, and as always, if you have not left a review for us, please do so. Specifically in Shopify, it would help us quite a lot. All of the free training that we try to do, all of the stuff like that, we're able to do it because you guys continue to support us. So if you can just go hop on in there and leave an honest review about us, much appreciated. Okay. All right, so let's start with our toast today. Does everyone have their coffee in hand? I have mine over here. Volcano coffee, as always. All right, so let's get started with the digital marketer's toast. Here's to more conversions, more cash, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs, to higher CTRs, much higher CVRs, to enabled ad accounts and big bank accounts, to upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, to the thing that everybody knows, the riches are in the niches, but also in your email flows. Cheers, guys. Happy Friday. All right, let's get into it. The anatomy of a winning product, Mother's Day edition. All right, so I'm just going to start with some quick stats on why you should even care about Mother's Day, okay? So this is essentially the biggest opportunity outside of Q4, okay? So I'm not joking. The Mother's Day market of consumables in the US was $34.1 billion, okay? So that's how much consumers spent on Mother's Day in the US alone. So that is just absolutely insane, guys. I mean, just imagine the sheer volume that goes into Mother's Day. What this shows you is that this is essentially the biggest opportunity outside of Christmas that you're going to have to make some sales. So don't let it pass by. Everything spikes, consumer behavior changes, and they're much more inclined to purchasing gifts, of course. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. One of the best winners I've ever had was also in Mother's Day. So you really don't want to sit on the sidelines for this one. Robin, I agree. She says, Robin says, I need a gift to jump into the coffee mug as well. That's right. Why do we only have Tammy on that? That's not fair. All right. Okay, so here's a point I want to make with you guys. Mother's Day is not just about moms. And let me explain what I mean by this. Everyone shops for Mother's Day, okay? The whole market gets a bump. And what I'm trying to say here is that when we talk about Mother's Day, I see some of our merchants For example, if you sell our message cards, they try to focus on only to my mom, okay? To my mom niche. And what I'm trying to tell you here is that, I mean, there's so many different categories of people that are mothers, okay? So you have wives, you have daughters, you have friends, grandmothers, sisters, or even just mothers that get something for themselves, okay? So I just want you to expand your mind into different niches that can work on Mother's Day, okay? So actually, if I'm being honest with you, it's much more common for us to see products that are directed to daughters and to wives absolutely kill it and go viral than products that are just directed to moms, okay? Because like I said, there's tons of daughters who are also moms, there's tons of wives who are moms, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're trying to create your print-on-demand products for Mother's Day. You have tons and tons of options, okay? The whole market gets a bump. So I just want you to remember that. All right. And today I have here some trending products in Shinon, okay? So this is something we like to do almost every week. If you're signed up for our emails, we usually distribute this information in one way or another. But essentially, for the past week that just passed, I have some information for you of what has sold the most. Okay, so that's just something I wanna show you. So, for example, the top niches in Shinon were mom 19.8%, so that's already climbing. Okay, son 22.3%. So, like I said, guys, the whole market gets a bump. We still see products directed to sons that are absolutely killing it going into Mother's Day. We have bonus daughter with 15.7%. And as always, this is very common for us at Shinon, the daughter niche is killing it, 29.4%. Okay, guys? So like I told you, daughter consistently has been one of our most profitable niches that exist. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you just need to choose one and run with it. Try to test multiple niches, okay? Because it really depends on your type of store, your ad account, your pixel is gonna choose which one of these niches works better for you, okay, guys? And in terms of top products, we have our Love Knot necklace at 38.4%, okay? Then we have other variations of necklaces that also have message card jewelry. So that's something you should pay attention to. Here at Shinon, at this point, our best-selling product category are message cards. Okay, guys. So it doesn't mean that you just have to sell message cards. It just means that it's our most proven product at Shinon. So just so you're aware of that. So we have Love Knot at 38%, Alluring Beauty 18%. We have graphic journals at 21.5%. So I definitely think there's an opportunity there. I've seen some sellers absolutely kill it with graphic journals. So if you haven't tested one of those yet, just go ahead and do it because you might find yourself a winner. So, all right, guys, let me know if you enjoy these trending reports. Let me know in the comments, because if you do, we might start sharing them more often in this format, in our emails, and also in Coffee with Shinon. So let me know if you enjoy seeing this data. I know some of our veteran sellers, you guys already know that message cards are usually what sells the most. But just let me know in the comments, guys. We saw Sandy says, daughter-in-laws, yeah, that also spikes for sure. How do sales, let's see, we have a question over here. How do sales compare to Women's Day and Valentine's Day? Ivan, it's not even close. I mean, Mother's Day absolutely demolishes those other two holidays you just mentioned. It's exponentially more attention from the buyers in Mother's Day than any other holiday outside of Q4. So I hope that helps. Scale truly is going to come in on the next few weeks. Always appreciate the trending data. Okay, guys. Awesome. I think we could probably start sharing it on our streams, and I'll see if I can share it in other formats as well. Let's see, Casey over here. I just hopped on. What's a graphic journal? Also, we have it's a leather journal essentially that in the front you can paste your design. Okay, so that's, if you want to see more details on them, you can log into your Shinon account and you just search for graphic journal and you're gonna see it. It's actually pretty cool. I've seen, specifically with graphic journals, I've seen products that have personalization work even better. Okay, so just log into your Shiner account and try and see that those products. All right, I'm sure you're gonna like it. It's one of those products that I think are somewhat unique to us. See, here we have a testimonial over here. I got a journal for the 100 challenge, and the quality is great. Yeah, I think they are very cool. All right, guys, let's keep moving. So like I said before, the methodology that I use for this is essentially threefold. Okay, so I selected a time window. So I focused on 2025 and 2026, but I focused on ads that were launched between January and May. Okay, so these pretty much sold throughout Mother's Day. Okay, guys. So that's the methodology I'm using to select the ads I'm about to show you. Okay, the viral filter as well. So I selected ads that have around 2K likes plus. So some of them have 20, 30, 40, 50, 80K. Lots of comments and lots of social proofs. And also I analyze what niches worked, the hooks they're using, the visuals, and all the good stuff like that. So you can really try to understand what makes people take out their wallet and purchase a print-to-demand product. Okay, so essentially most of the products I'm going to show you are Mother's Day related. I have a few outliers that I just thought were fun to share with you guys, but just so you are aware, that's how this is going to work. Okay, and I think we can pretty much go ahead and get started with the data I found. Okay, just one more. Yeah, this is essentially what I just mentioned to you guys. Personalization is a synonym of virality in a lot of the cases, not just mom products. Okay, so wives, daughters, in-laws, you name it. Broad niches dominate, so you're gonna see that in a bit. And emotional hooks win. So you're gonna see some ads that have some hooks that really try to trigger that emotion in you, and those are the ones that perform the best. Okay, all right, guys. So first product over here. Scientific research niche. Okay, so this is just guys, this is absolutely crazy. Okay, so this was in 2025. It's just a regular t-shirt. I mean, if I saw this on the street, I would have never imagined that it is a viral post. Okay, so this particular shirt over here had 90,000 likes. Okay, 1,520 comments. This is something I always try to mention in this series, guys. If a ad you see has $90,000 likes, I can guarantee you that they're making 6 figures in revenue, okay, if not in profit. So that's why I always mention likes. If you see anything that probably has over 1,000 likes, is making a good amount of sales. 90K likes is just insane. I mean, we're talking about 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures. Who knows? Okay, so for this time around, I did choose a lot of products in the apparel niche because for the past 2 series, we have focused a lot of jewelry on jewelry. Okay, so I'm just trying to diversify over here. So if you have not seen our previous series, just go and look for them in our YouTube channel. I'm gonna have tons of more jewelry examples. All right, so guys, it's as simple as this. I mean, sometimes it really is as simple as a design with 2 phrases on it. Okay. It's insane. You just never know what's gonna work. So don't think that you need to be like a professional designer and be an expert in stuff like that. Anyone on this call could probably make a similar design on Nano Banana or on Canva or whatever AI tool you use. So you just keep that in mind. The product that wins is not always 100% unique and innovative. So I'm just going to move on to this one. Let me know if you have any comments on this basic t-shirt that got 100,000 likes. Okay. All right. For this one, I just called it bold design because this one is pretty interesting. It's like a political statement. Okay. So I'm obviously not going to get into the who's and what's of this. But I just named it bold design. So it's just a cap that says radicalized by basic decency. So guys, there is some risk if you're trying to do something that's somewhat political. You need to be careful because Facebook pays more attention to folks that talk about politics. But here's the thing: politics triggers very strong emotions in people. So if you have like a philosophy, and you really stand behind that philosophy, and someone creates a product that speaks to that, you made the sale. Okay, so this is why this product went viral. It has $51,000 likes, thousands of comments, and again, I think the niche is political. Oh, Stephanie says this one is in the trending product library. Oh, I didn't see that. All right. Leslie, joining late. Glad to have you on board. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I want to emphasize, guys, getting $51,000 likes on any post is truly an achievement. So if you ever see that, if you're browsing through your feed and you see an ad with 50K likes, pay attention. Pay attention, because they figured out something that you need to figure out to be successful as well. All right, we're gonna move on from this one. Let me know if you have any other comments. Well, as you can, guys, before I move on, I'm gonna just take a look at the copy. It says, take a stand and speak up once again. This bold design makes your point perfect for everyday wear or show your support for any occasion. So guys, again, I see some sellers struggle with their ad format and ad copy. As you can see, this is as simple as it gets. Okay, so you don't need to overcomplicate your ad copy. To be honest, I mean, the design itself is going to make most of the sales. Okay, so because regarding how Facebook and Meta ads have progressed, it's really a creative first format right now. Okay, so if the creative over here works, Facebook is going to help you find your target audience. Okay, so we have a very interesting question here before I move on. It says, does the viral factor have anything to do with the business, pixel, or age? All right. So this is an opinion of mine. There's no one answer to this. I think it does. Okay, I think it does. That's why I told you guys that you need to test and find what works for your specific website, your specific pixel. Okay. Because I do think there's something in there that matters. Okay, because if I go in my store and I publish this design and I try to run ads to it, it's probably not going to work for me. Okay, so that's kind of the balance you need to have. Okay, so and it's also something you need to understand. I mean, there's some people that just kill it with t-shirts. There's people that kill it with hats. So I do think that depending on your business pixel and business age and pixel age, you're going to see different results. It doesn't mean that you are just doomed if you're starting from scratch. Not at all. It just means that you need to warm up your pixel. And what I mean is just test products and try to pay attention to what your pixel is responding to and double down on that. Does that make sense? So if you test like 10 different niches and none of them work, and maybe you launch a to my wife message card and that one worked, double down on that data and start testing designs that are similar to that. Okay, so that's my best piece of advice. That's actually a great question. All right, let's move on. Okay, guys, this one I just put it in here for fun. Disclaimer, don't do this. I always like to show merchants also what not to do. So, actually, I think you could get in trouble with this, but now that I'm thinking about this, since Freddie Mercury is no longer with us, I'm not sure what's going on with this copyright. But the point I was trying to make by showing this specific shirt is that, guys, you need to stay away from anything that's copyrighted. You really need to stay away from anything that's copyrighted. Some people get away with it. Most people don't. Okay? So just be very careful. Don't, especially the new folks that we have. You guys probably, I mean, if no one's ever told you, it's not as obvious, but don't mess with anything that's copyrighted. So, Disney, Star Wars, any artists and stuff like that. You really want to stay away from this, okay? Because Facebook loves to ban ad accounts. So you just need to be really careful. So I just honestly wanted to share this for fun. Because I do see this, once in a while, I see people promoting trademark products that have thousands and thousands of likes, and I just don't understand why sometimes some ad accounts get away with it. So it really is crazy. And also over here, this one was in 2025. Okay, guys. So it's already a year ago, but it still had tons of engagement up to 2026. Okay. So again, stay away from these guys. All right. So for this session, I actually have quite a few videos for you guys. So just please let me know if you guys can hear the videos. Okay. So let me see. Just please let me know in the comments if you can hear the videos. This is a Wolfpack shirt. So I just thought it was very interesting how this person is using the wolf's niche, because they're trying to go even further. Okay, so they're targeting families. Okay, so this is a multi wolf shirt. So I'm gonna show you guys the video. Please let me know if you can hear it, and then I'm gonna comment on it. Okay. Okay, guys, so this one had 27,000 likes. Okay, and as you can see, it's a personalized shirt, and there's a lot that I like from this ad. First of all, this person is using AI to animate the shirt. Okay, so that's something you could probably explore, right? So they're using AI, they're animating the shirt just to grab your attention, and then they have tons of personalization over here. So you have the wolf pack, you have this wolf over here, and you have all of the sons and the family members. Okay, so, and this says grandpa's wolf pack, but you could potentially create this concept for a grandma or a mother. Okay, so very, very interesting use of AI in this ad. Okay, $27,000 likes, guys. So this person is killing it. I'm just gonna remove the sound so I can go over to different parts of the video. So as you can see, guys, this is not an overly complicated ad. I would think this is all done with AI, but it's not. You don't need to be a professional videographer to create something like this. Okay, so I just want you to know what's possible, what works, and try to do something that's more your own. Okay, so Leslie said, yeah, that's right. It's not as creepy. I think the video softwares are getting much better, so it's not as creepy as it used to be. All right, although I still see some creepy ads that have a ton of engagement. So it's not mutually exclusive. Leslie says could use bulls. That's correct. We could use bulls. You could use cows. Any animal. That's actually. Guys, the creative process on print on demand starts when you see something that is working, and then you grab that information and you try to do something on your own. Okay, so I think that's the key to success in print on demand, is finding what works, not copying it, but iterating on it, adding your own twist. I think that's how you can find success in print on demand, because success tends to leave clues. Okay. Because if you're trying to start your print on demand journey and you just choose a design that no one has ever done before, you have less chances of success, because no one else has proven your concept in one way or another. Yeah, that's right, Stephanie. Mama Bear could be a good one. And also it's interesting because, especially back in the day, guys, when you could do much more specific targeting, niches like wolves and bears were huge on their own. But I think, this is my opinion, I think they could be making a comeback, because I have seen lots of people, combine family niches, like to my wife, to my mother, to my granddaughter, with more specific niches like wolves and other animals. So just very interesting to observe, guys. Mama bear would be a good one. That's true. See over here. All right, guys. Any questions on this? I'm going to move on. I have like 14 designs for you guys. And if we have some time left, I actually have a couple of stores that made these ads that I can show you. All right, so open heart surgery. This one is a big one. So I'm not gonna go over the copy because it's very long. So it says open heart surgery survivor. Okay, guys. So I want you to pay attention to how specific this targeting is. Okay, and they're making a killing. They have they also have around 27,000 likes. So just think about this. Imagine the pool of imagine the size of the audience in the US that are open heart surgery survivors. It has to be somewhat limited, and this person still managed to have a viral ad. Okay, so again, you don't need to always limit yourselves to broad niches. Like I said, with our jewelry and our necklaces, broad niches usually work the best. But I'm trying to cover, all of our print-on-demand angles on here. So I just want you to know that very targeted segmentation like this can work. Okay, so it's a very simple design, open heart surgery survivor. It has a heart with some kind of, it's been tied. So guys, I mean, it's kind of obvious why this worked. Imagine if if one of your loved ones survived such a difficult experience like this, and you see something like this on your feed, on your feed. I mean, it is going to trigger such a strong emotion that you're going to be you're going to be so inclined to purchase. So that's how it works, and that's what you should be trying to do, is triggering emotions. Okay, so whether it is an open heart surgery T-shirt or it's something like a "to my wife" message, triggering that emotion is gonna generate sales for you. Okay, so it's like Michael always says, if they cry, they buy. Oh, Sandy, we have an interesting comment over here. You're referring to the previous design. What about flowers? It can 100% be flowers. It can be anything, guys. I mean, it can be anything. You can just use that idea and you can apply it to hundreds of different niches. All right, so I'm gonna move on from this one. So this one, guys, the reason why I added this one, the rusted shirt, this is probably the one that is less Mother's Day related. But the reason why I chose this one, and it had around 25,000 likes, this is a horrible shirt. Okay, I would never buy a shirt like this, never. But it still has 25,000 likes. It has around 8K comments. I was not even sure what niche this was about. That's why I put some question marks in there. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that this person made a bunch of money selling this horrible shirt. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to bring this up is that something important I learned about in print on demand is that you need to separate your own taste from the designs you put out there. Okay, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you try to make all of your designs to be aligned with your personal taste, you might be missing out on certain virality like this. Okay, so that's the piece of advice I want to leave you guys with this particular design. Don't be attached to your own preferences when doing print on demand. Okay. Oh, thanks. That's actually, we have a comment over here on the niche. That's completely right. Grunge, death metal. You're correct. So there probably is a niche over here. Yeah, it just goes to show, guys. What I've seen is that I think that narrow targeting when using creative, so not in your ad account, but I think it's making a comeback. Okay, I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen designs that are very specific, very niche oriented that are working. Okay, so it's just very interesting to see. But yeah, very interesting t-shirt. Let me know if you have any questions on this one. I'm going to move on. All right, so this one I'm calling it political shirt. Okay, so this one went absolutely viral, 2026. I'm gonna play the video for you guys. Okay, ready? So guys, crazy simple ad. if you pay attention, this merchant is using like just typical, TikTok sounds, someone laughing, just a funny pose, and that's about it. That's the whole ad. This made $96,000, 96,000 likes. Okay, guys. So I can guarantee you that this product made probably mid six figures to seven figures. Okay. So guys, like I said, I'm just trying to make you understand that this is possible. Success is possible in print on demand. It's not guaranteed. It's not easy, but it's definitely attainable. If you just keep trying to find what works for you. I mean, it's as simple as that. This is a political niche. So like I said, there are some risks when you're trying to do political stuff. But what happens usually is that politics trigger, they trigger discussion, they trigger engagement, and they trigger emotion. Okay, so that's why this works. Michelle says, reminds me of age. So old you turn to rust. Oh no. Yeah, that laugh can be annoying. Off a shirt. Yep. Off a shirt. That's why I wanted to share some apparel, because I usually stick to necklaces. But shirts still work. So if you pay attention to other print on demand influencers, some of them, they just say, guys, you should forget about t-shirts. They have zero margin. They don't work, but I mean, unfortunately, they keep going viral day after day after day. So they do work. Margins are much, much lower. So it is tough to sell in the t-shirt niche. But, volume seems to be making up for it. So that's why I wanted to show you guys some apparel. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, so we're getting into the religious niche. Okay, so I've already shown you guys politics, health-related niches. Religious niches are very powerful as well. Okay, so as you guys can see, the copy on here is extremely simple, perfect gift for you. That's it. All of the targeting is being done with the design itself. Okay, so pay attention. It says, of course, I talk to God. Who else can I trust? They have a rooster over here, and they also have a sewing machine. It has a sewing machine and some sunflowers. Okay, so that's very interesting. This one had 120,000 likes, guys. So again, I think this is one of the last t-shirts I have on here. The niche is mostly faith. They are trying to target other niches with their designs. So the fact that a rooster is here, a sewing machine is here, and sunflowers are here is not a coincidence. Okay, so they're doing it on purpose, and it went viral. It's insane. It really is crazy to see some of the designs that go viral. If you learn anything from today's call, it is that anything can go viral. You just need to test. Okay, that's probably the one piece of advice I would give to you guys, because we sometimes have an idea of what could go viral in print on demand, and we are often mistaken. Okay, this is such a random design. I agree, guys, because we have some people here agreeing with me. The shirt is so random. It is extremely random. Let me see over here. What blows my mind is how the algorithm works, because I've never seen any of these designs. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. I mean, I think I'm not sure the exact number, but there's billions of people on ad platforms. Okay, so you might never in your life see a design like this, but there might be an audience of 1 million people that think this is the best shirt they've ever seen in their entire lives. Okay. I have another question over here. It would probably be easier to get away with political stuff in TikTok. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. That might be the case, but who knows? I mean, involving politics in your designs is not strictly prohibited, but I think it does increase the risk of getting punished by the ad platforms. All right, so I'm going to move on from this one. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, mother and daughter candle. So this one is interesting. This person is using tons of personalization for this one. Okay, so I'm going to click play and we can comment on it after.
Heart beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to?
All right, so this one had 65,000 likes. It definitely made a killing. As you can see, there's a lot of personalization with this one. Okay, so this person is probably using Customly or Team Blue or something like that. So they allow you to choose the name of each person in the candle. They allow you to choose the hair color and probably the clothes as well. Okay, so this is for the mother and daughter niche. This is trending for Mother's Day. So I just wanted you guys to know that sometimes a design can be as simple as this and just make an absolute killing. Okay. Now, setting up Customly and Team Blue can sometimes be, a bit complicated. I think it does have a certain learning curve, but it works. One thing I did want to comment with you guys that I'm not sure, I don't have the answer to, but I see a lot of merchants when they're doing ads, they use copyrighted songs and they seem to get away with it. So I'm not sure how they do it, but that's something you should be careful about. When you're doing ads, you need to be careful with copyrights as well. Okay. So everyone uses this song. I think of Twilight movies every time. That's true. I don't know, but this is obviously copyrighted, right? I don't know how they get away with it. I don't know if it's that they changed kind of the voice or the tone and they can use it. I don't know, guys, but this person made a killing. Just think of everything you could potentially do with a design like this. You can paste it. You can use our acrylic products. Easily, you could use our acrylic products to sell this. You could potentially use our graphic journals as well. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just grab inspiration from one of these designs and try to make it your own, guys. All right, I'm going to move on. Let me know if you have any questions. Daughter bracelet. Okay, so this one is interesting. I'm going to hit play on this for you guys.
To my daughter, with each passing year, from your first words to our deep chats, I've cherished every moment we've shared. While I sometimes miss the little girl you were, I'm incredibly proud of the woman you've become. Someday when the pages of my life end, I know that you will be one of the most beautiful chapters. Remember, you're never alone. No matter how near or far apart, I'll always be right there in your heart. Daughter and mother, linked together forever.
Okay, guys, so what are your thoughts on that one? Mark says, well, wait, before I move on, that's actually a great point. They get the slowed down version, it doesn't get detected easily. I think you're right about that. Mark says creepy AI voice. Yeah. Well, it goes to show creepy AI voices still work for ads because this one is very recent. And as you guys can see, this one is very similar to the Shine-On products we have with message cards. So I just want you guys to know an ad could be as simple as this. Okay, so definitely try this. It's just this person is just opening the box. Okay, they're just opening the box and they're reading the message. That's the whole ad, and it got $23,000 likes. Okay, guys, the message is a bit blurry, but if you guys saw the message, it's so similar to some of the popular designs I see, all around social media. So it's nothing crazy. Really interesting. So I was able to get like 2 or 3 jewelry designs for you guys to take a look. But this one made a killing, okay, guys? So I hope you're drawing some inspiration from this one. I'm going to move on to the next one. All right. So in the past, I've shown you guys some iterations of this, but it's the where it all began concept. Okay, so you could use our acrylics and do something similar where you have a fully customized product where people can choose where they met and that pretty much can be your product. So I just done this one. This one didn't have a ton of likes. It had 4K likes, so I'm not going to spend all that time on this one. But it's just an interesting concept to see what you can do with our acrylics. We have, can detect the AI horrible voice in the first 3 seconds. A one-off AI voice would work better. That's true. That's true, guys. But I mean, if there's anything to learn from this, it is that your ads don't need to be perfect. Sometimes you can have creepy AI voices. You can have, kind of lackluster editing, and your ad can still go viral. So don't be afraid to put something out there. All right, guys. So we have here a personalized necklace. The reason why I wanted to show this one, it had around 13K likes, and it was in 2026. I wanted to show you this because every once in a while we see necklaces that are fully custom like this go viral without even having a message card. Okay, so do you guys remember the products I showed you before, the new products we're launching? A lot of them have this similar vibe and similar tone. Okay, so imagine if this product went viral, imagine what you can do if you choose one of our new products and try to use a message card with that product. So you can completely differentiate yourselves from this concept, which is already proven to work. People like customization. People like to select, their zodiac sign, their birthstone, their initials. It just makes them feel like the gift they're buying is truly unique. Okay, guys? So that's the reason I wanted to show you this one, because it draws inspiration from the products we're currently selling at Shine On. And I think we have 2 more for you guys. The custom bracelet. So this one, again, no message card, $30,000 likes, 30,000 likes. Okay, so this person probably made at least 6 figures on this. And it just says, don't let the hard days win. Okay, now guys, why do I want to show you this? I mean, not only is it possible that we're going to have similar products like this in the future, but think of our rings, guys. This makes me think of our rings. Okay, you could potentially, at least in your ad creative, when you're launching one of our rings, you could select a text that really makes people stop their scroll, or a phrase, and you can pair that with a message card with our rings. Okay, so imagine if a simple bracelet that has a 5-word phrase works. Imagine what you could possibly do with our rings if you tie a message card to it. So very interesting concept over here. Just very simple phrase. And last but not least, I just wanted to show you a multi-name necklace that I found. And the reason is because we also have a multi-name necklace. So I just want you to understand, this one had 12,000 likes, 2,000 comments. So this person is killing it, and they don't even have customization with the message card in it. So this is just to show you guys that some of the necklaces we choose kind of are proven already in the marketplace. So if you can learn something from today, I hope that is that, just go into our catalog, choose a few of our new products and try to run with them, because they're truly catered around what is currently working on social media. Okay, guys, so really interesting concept over here. Multi-name necklace. All right, everyone. So that is the last one I had for you. So thanks for joining me today. Let me know if you guys want to keep having this series, or if you're tired of it. Would love to know. I do think it's useful for you guys to understand what's working on the ad marketplaces. Okay, the AdSpy tools that we use are expensive, so I understand that lots of you guys don't have that. Okay, so that's why I like to every once in a while come in here and just share with you guys what's working, and try to get you guys to draw some inspiration from that. Okay, all right, everyone, thanks so much for hopping on. See you in the next one.